Hello, my name is Nathaniel Paluga. I'm the director of this motion picture. I'm here with...
John Walker, the actor you see on the screen right now. That's me right there. And this is Incantation that we're watching.
This film here, it is the third part in the trilogy, the final part. And in this film, the witch plays a role right off from the beginning. Whereas in the first film of the No Entiendo, the witch just comes in about midway in it. So this one has a stronger witch element than that film.
Here we are in the interior of the cave, which isn't actually a cave at all, but is the basement of my parents' house in Vermont. And we transformed it into the interior of a cave. And I think it actually looks pretty damn good for the interior of a cave. It looks like it really is that cave that we shot out in the woods that was actually on location, that other cave in, I believe it was Woodstock, Vermont. But I'm not sure. I know it was not in Proctorsville where we shot the rest of the film. But
And this cave was designed by a wonderful production designer, Mary Ganji, that just totally transformed it using candles, rope, various other items, and made a cave.
yeah, really, it looks great. Here we go. I just drank the illicit witch love potion, number 9 or 13.
And in terms of the intimacy of this film, the assistant director on the motion picture, Andrew H., really was the one pushing for taking this scene to the next level. And in the later film that I did, Marriage, I took a love scene even a bit further.
Beautiful shot of the moon right there. Andrew H. right here.
That's right. He also plays this character that interrupts John's character at this moment.
How's your fucking witch?
Hey, where you been? There's my brother, my father, my whole extended family's in this film.
Up there, fucking is rich again.
Yeah, we had
That's my nephew.
a great cast for this film.
You shouldn't talk about people. What's that? Some witch shit? Ah, Bobby.
I got thrown on that ground probably about upwards of 15 times, and I was starting to feel it by the last take. You know?
Mm-hmm. And now,
There's an element to giving realism. You got to really take those blows sometimes. I mean, granted, it's a plastic bat and a plastic chain, but a few times they really hurt. But I think it looks great, so it was worth it, in my opinion.
and there's a lot of debate about this truck. Many people felt that these characters and their behavior is not the type that would
Have
drive
such a
this
nice
type of
brand
car.
new truck with a Hemi. Yeah, it's a little out of place, but seems like their truck should be kind of rusted out a bit. But that was the truck we could get, so.
But also, it's sort of a surprising image, and I think for people it makes them sort of think twice of who's driving these nice cars.
And here we have the director. There you are, Nathaniel.
That's right.
Walking.
That's right.
That's my dog, Cassidy.
And there was also a lot of debate in this scene. Almost every scene, I have to say, as a director, in this, so many people that I speak to about the films that I make, almost every single scene, there's a debate. There's somebody saying, I don't think that I would do something that way. And in this particular scene, somebody says, I would never walk my dog in a robe. And I said, well, you know what? You grew up in the city your whole life, right? And they said, yeah, I did. In the country, sometimes people walk their dogs in robes, believe it or not. This is a real thing. I've seen it. I've seen my father do it in the past.
Yeah, I've seen it done as well. I can attest to that. And I think it works perfect in this film.
Yeah.
That's a great shot with her with the leaves out in front of the cave. And now here we have the interior again. She's got the skull with the melting candle. She's lighting her candles. This is the starting of the preliminary to her incantation, I'd say. This is setting the stage. It's ritual. It's ritualistic. She has to light the candles before she opens the spell book.
That's right. That's right. And
I hand illustrated that spell book actually. It took me about a month, I'd say, to do the whole book. Actually, I didn't do the whole book. I won't lie. I think there was about 4 pages in the back that I ended up finishing, and I mean, I had high hopes. I wanted to do double-sided pages, but I was only able to do single pages. But I think, you know, for what we used it for, it translates well.
That's right. It looks like a complete book for sure. This effect of the swirl, everyone has enjoyed that.
Pretty
effect.
trippy, man. Pretty trippy.
There was a little bit of discussion about that, but everybody seemed to find that way of showing her vision of the graveyard was a good way.
Here we go. She's outside now and wandering through the woods. Isn't this actually shot day and then you used a filter to make it
That's
night?
right.
Is that
That's
correct?
right. We did a day for night technique here.
An homage to the old westerns. And a lot of day for night shooting in those old Henry Fonda westerns.
That's right. That's right. So, you know, basically, by doing this, you don't have to worry about lighting at night. So if you have some issues,
convenient way to
lights.
make it nighttime, definitely. This is a beautiful graveyard too. It couldn't ask for a better location. This was an amazing location. Look how good it looks. It's an old Civil War graveyard in the middle of the woods on a hill.
We scouted a number of different locations before we actually shot the film, and this was one of them, I believe. Right, John?
Oh yeah. Here we go. I made that mask and the costume. Actually, I buried that suit in the ground for 2 weeks, and when we dug it up, it looked like it just came out of the cleaners. There was nothing wrong with it, so we smeared some plaster compound on it and put dirt on it and drove over it with the car, and it ended up looking really good. But no thanks to burying it. All that did was make it smell bad, so it kind of, you know, helped to put me into the role. The smell of the dirt coming off my clothes. But that was a really frantic scene right there of the
This is
the
the
zombie
climax,
attack.
basically, of the film. Is that moment where her arm comes off. Well, the climax really begins with his rising, and all of this entire scene basically is the climax of the film.
There we go. Here's my nephew again, hunting. He's out there with my father with his he's got an old World War I rifle that he picked up at a tag sale back in the 70s, and they're outfitted like hunters.
We had to do some special color adjustment techniques because the orange in the vests were totally blowing out the camera pixels.
Yeah, that fluorescent orange is hard to deal with, on
Yeah.
digital video. There you go. That actually, to clear our name, that "fuck you" painted on the gravestone was there when we got there. We decided let's put it in the film.
That's right.
And do you want to explain the quote, Nathaniel?
Basically involves the perception of a man during the creation of another.
That's pretty heavy stuff.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. This has been Incantation. Thank you, Nathaniel.